So let's talk about the brand new Fire HD8 from Amazon. This is the Fire HD8. It also comes in the Fire HD8 Plus, which is keeping in the line of its previous generation. The 11th generation? Yes, Amazon has these crazy ways that they do their generations. It is not crazy if you really think about it, but they do it based on year. So the Fire HD8 and the Fire HD7 are going to be part of the 12th generation, and the Fire HD10, because it came out last year, is now part of the 11th generation. So we're going to be talking about this versus the 10th generation Fire HD8. So what's the big difference here? What's the new features here? Well, the Fire HD8 is going to be coming with updated materials on their screen. It has aluminosilicate, so it's going to be more durable. You also are going to be coming with a hexa-core 2.0 gigahertz, which is 30% more powerful than the previous generation. That's, again, keeping in line with the improvements we saw in the Fire 7 previous model versus the current generation and the Fire HD10 when that one was updated. So we've seen an improvement in the amount of RAM we have. So that means this should be theoretically faster and more able to handle multiple processes because you have more RAM. Let's also talk about, well, do we see an improvement in the weight? Well, it's funny you might ask, because even though the Fire HD8s, and we'll show you what they look like here. So here is the 10, here is the 8 Plus in the gray, here's the 8 in this silhouette in the black, and then the 7 right next to it. So it's funny you might wonder about that, because in terms of overall size, well, the 8 did not get much smaller from the previous generation. It was a sizable difference. I would say it's about 6 to 8%. So what does that mean? Well, if you look at the size of the 8 here, and you look at the size of it, it is already pretty small. On the previous model of the Fire HD8, well, it's going to be 8 inches tall, it's going to be 5.4 inches wide, and it was 0.4 inches thick. On the new generation of the 8, it's going to be a little bit smaller at 7.94 inches tall. So 0.06 inch difference. That's like 1%. It is still going to be 5.4 inches wide, and it is 0.37 inches thick. So very small decrease. If you put the 8 side by side, they don't actually look or feel much more different in terms of overall weight. They don't look or feel much different in terms of overall size. On the previous model of the Fire HD8, it weighed 335 grams. On the newest model, it weighs 337 grams. So on the Fire HD7, this weighs 282 grams. And on the Fire HD10, this weighs 465 grams. So the Fire HD10 is considerably heavier when you consider the price. Remember, everything has to be in context with their affordability, because the value of these, I mean, who else is doing value Android or even non-Android tablets right now? Like, who's making them? Let's look at even more specs here. So let's break it down. On the screens, on the colors, the 7 is going to be with 171 ppi, or pixels per inch. That also shows that it's 1280 by 600. So it has the smallest of the aspect ratios. And the display on the Fire HD New 8, that's going to be 1280 by 800. So that's good. That's good. But the Fire HD10 smokes them all, because this is full HD. The other two are closer to 720p. But when you're looking at it very close to your face and you're on a small screen, 720p probably looks just like 1080p to most people. But the 1080p on the Full HD, because it's bigger, I can keep it farther and it will still look Full HD. So that's one of the sizable differences between the 10, the 8, and the 7. When you're watching the content, you want to know what it sounds like. Well, the 10 is going to be coming with dual speaker Dolby Atmos. So is the 8, dual speaker Dolby Atmos. The 7 will come with single mono speakers, but that's because this is the smallest of the bunch that doesn't have a lot of space inside. If you want to talk about overall memory, well, the 10 and the 8 are going to be coming with either 32 or 64 gigabytes of storage on board, while the 7 is coming now with 16 to 32, which is an improvement over the previous generation. Remember, they used to come with only 8 gigabytes. Now they're all the way up to 32 to 64. So on the Fire HD8 and the 10, you can expand up to a 1 terabyte micro SD card. On the Fire HD7, it can go up to 512. Now, this is probably something that a lot of people don't know about their Fires, and why generally I recommend the Plus is that, well, the Plus comes with wireless charging. And it comes out of the box being able to charge faster than the 8. But that's not the entire story. It's only because the 8 are identical in terms of their charging speed. It's just the charging block that comes with your Fire HD 8 regular is 5 watts. The one that comes with your Plus is 9 watts. So this takes about 3 hours versus 5 hours here. And if you want, you can get a 15 watt charger for your Fire HD 8 Plus or 8. And that's going to be able to fully charge in about 2.5 hours. The 8 Plus is also going to be coming with the ability to wirelessly charge itself. And I'm using it with my little mount here that you can get from Amazon. This cradle just makes life a lot easier to use your Fire, and then you can use it almost like an Echo Show because you have the cradle. So I do enjoy that part of utilizing the 8 Plus. Would I say the 8 Plus, even though it has a little bit more RAM, is faster than the 8? You know what? In my use of it, no, I did not notice any difference in terms of the RAM. Like I wasn't necessarily able to handle more processes or things were happening faster on the Plus. I didn't really notice anything like that. What the one things I do notice is that the back is less slick because it's a little bit more textured here. A little bit more textured. Amazon also changed the button position on the Fire HD 8. They switched out the menu controls. They're up here. Yeah, 1, 2, and then you have your USB-C and then your 3.5 audio jack. If you guys can see that. But on the previous generation, the power button was below it and then the audio controls. So on the previous generation, the audio controls are up top and then the power button. The USB-C is more centered and then you have your... So the question is, do I recommend the 8 or the 8 Plus? That's a complicated question because I definitely recommend the current 8 right now because one, it's on sale and it is under $50, even $45. There's no better tablet on the market for that price, especially if you sideload Google Play Store. But if you're not sideloading Google Play Store, well then, yeah, then your options are more limited in terms of the apps you can get, especially things if you like YouTube. But the Fire HD 8 here, it does have a sizable bump in terms of performance, I believe, than the previous edition because that 30% plus the additional RAM just allows me to go between apps faster. It allows me to use it more seamlessly than the prior edition. The cameras are the same. So if you're planning to use this as a photographer's camera, I think you'll be sadly disappointed. But it's more than usable for a Zoom or a quick video call. Now, it's not going to beat your phone. But remember, your phone generally is how much compared to this affordable tablet here? And that's where we come to the final point. The 7 is really more portable because the 8 is much larger than the 7. The 7 is actually closer to the size of your cell phone. The 8 is going to be closer to a tablet. So this is really where the screen, you get more screen, and that's where the screen real estate gets more important. But if you needed more screen, so I would go with the 10 because in my opinion, the 10 is snappier than the 8. It works faster. The screen is a little bit crisper in my opinion because it's full HD and you don't really sacrifice much. You don't sacrifice much unless you're getting the Plus, and because on the Plus here, you get that camera on the back that's 5 megapixels. But and 1080p. So you're going to have to figure out which one is better for you. Are you going with the size benefit of the 8? And especially when this is on sale, I see this being a tremendous value. Or are you going to go with the size of the 10? Because the value bet right now is on the 10 and the previous edition of the 8. But once those sell out, and this 8 goes on sale, it's going to be a great deal. It's going to be a great deal. Mark my words on that. Because it has the performance at a price that nobody beats. Nobody can beat it. It's just Amazon is like, oh, you know what? We're going to sell these and nobody can beat that price. So when these will go on sale, I can't wait. And with that, thanks for watching, everyone. All the links are below. Please hit that subscribe button because your help makes our channel go. And thanks for watching. This is David with the French Glow signing off, showcasing my different Fire HD tablets. Bye, guys. Bye, bye, bye.